Hey everybody, Jay here. Welcome back to the homestead. In today's video, we're going to build a giant 25-foot firewood rack. So yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright everybody, if you like that video, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Please hit that thumbs up and please leave a comment. You know it's going to be a good video. So anyways, we are standing here in the corner of our wood lot here, our wood landing here. We have 3 firewood sheds to my left. We have 1 firewood rack to my right. And today what we're going to do is we are going to build another firewood rack here. This is going to be primarily for most likely slab wood. For those of you just joining us, we heat with an outdoor boiler. We burn big wood. It's not a fireplace. It's not a wood stove. It's an outdoor unit. I have 100+ videos on that unit itself. So anyways, a little bit different, unique situation here. So I think what we're going to do is, I had this all laid out here going this way, but I think we're going to change it and we're going to put our rows going this way. I think we're going to go 2 rows. These are 12-foot beams. I think they're almost 13 foot. They're a weird size. So I think we're going to go 2 rows deep, which would be about 25 feet. Then we're going to put sides on it, and then we're going to put some decking. We're going to stack it all on pressure treated 2x4 with some gravel. It's going to be nice. I think this is going to be a permanent wood shed. When you pull in and park, the driveway's up there, so when people come in, not that I care, but when people come in, I would like for them to see a nice big firewood rack. I think that would look nice. So anyways, let's get right into it. All right, so how wide do I want these apart? Well, we heat with slab wood, which generally I cut. We have a 4-foot firebox. Not every piece of wood is 4 feet. My split hardwood is 24 inches. So I think at a minimum, we're gonna put these 24 inches apart because this is primarily gonna be for boiler wood. All right, I changed my mind. We're gonna go 24 inches wide on the rack so we can fit slab wood and split hardwood for the boiler. And if we do bigger boiler logs, they'll just hang over a bit on the side. We're going to do each rack individual so I can move it empty. I can move the racks empty with the Kubota, and as I fill a rack, I can bring another rack over and boom. I won't be able to move it when they're full, but if I only get 1 rack in for the season, at least I can get in here. I'm not stepping over racks. So that's what we're doing. We just cut 4 pieces of pressure treated at 24 inches. So let's put them under that first row. Let's build 1 first and then we'll go from there. All right, so I think we're starting to get there. Obviously we will level it after the fact. Just trying to get it built. You can see this side's low. Obviously this whole area pitches down over there, but we have a 4x4 at the end. We have a 4x4 at the 4-foot mark, and then again at the 9-foot mark, and then our end piece. This right here is going to leave us enough room to come in with the bucket forks to move said rack empty. Again, I can't move it full, but I'll be able to move it empty. So yeah, that looks pretty good. Why don't we go ahead and screw that down, and then we can focus on building up the sides. All right, so we got that all screwed. This 4x4 to this 4x4 is 46.5 inches. This 4x4, the bottom ones, the ground contact ones, 46.5 inches. Wide enough in the middle for the Kubota BX with the bucket forks to pick this whole rack up. So now let's figure out how tall we want our sides to be. All right, so I'm standing here at the firewood rack here. Let's do, this is what I usually do. I build my sides as high up as I could stack it for the most part. Now, if you turn and look, let me show you guys something over here. That firewood rack there is very tall. It's about 10 feet tall. So I do get a little carried away, but that gets kind of dangerous because now you're trying to pull stuff off. So I don't want to go overly tall. So I think if I had a piece of wood here, stacking it, probably about 6 feet would be the top of my head. So let's see here where the tape lies. 6 feet would be right about here. I think that's good. So why don't we cut, actually, since these are 13-foot poles, let's do 6.5. That makes perfect sense, so we have no waste. So let's cut 2 poles directly in half which will be 6.5 feet. So yeah, let's do that, and then we'll secure them. All right, so we got our post cut. We're gonna mount this bandolier just like this. So why don't we get, oh, you know what? Row. I didn't even notice. This post is just shy of 3.5. Oh, that big one's a true 4x4. Huh. Why don't we, let's get a bracket. Yeah, okay. We're gonna use a 4x4 base bracket for this. So let's mount this first. We're gonna have to stretch it out a little bit, but we're gonna mount it first on our true 4x4, and then it'll fit on the top. It's important when you're using these that you get screws, not screws, that you get nails. These are 1.5 inches to go through. You don't want to hit the other side. So obviously this is designed for a 3.5 by 3.5, which is considered a 4x4. So using these 1.5 inches, you won't hit. You don't want to hit the other side because obviously you have nail holes on each side. So make sure that you get half the diameter of the thickness of the wood you're using. All right, so for this, we're going to be using our palm nailer here. And we have our bracket here. So we're going to have to kind of beat this on a little bit because I didn't realize that these were true 4x4s. So let's see if we can, again, this doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah, okay, that should work. So we're going to flatten that, and then we should be able to bend this side over. Yeah, a little modification never hurt. We'll put the nice side facing out, and we'll put the beat side yeah, we'll put the beat side in the middle so that way you don't see. So why don't we go ahead, we got this pretty much mounted right to the edge, flush here, and let's double check before we send this home. I set this nail down at a downward angle to pull this bracket down, and it did just what I wanted. We're going to angle all of these down into the board. Yeah, that'll work. I'm a fan of that. Nice. I like that. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side, but I'll save you the show. So let's go ahead and get another bracket. We'll beat it on, and then we can put our 6-foot corner posts on. All right, so now that we improvised and beat those on, this is our 6-foot post here. This is a true, what's it called? True 4x4, not a full dimension. Once we do this, we're going to have some angled supports too on the side, so we don't have to worry about it being too crazy plumb or square. Now there's going to be a lot of weight pushing out, so obviously I pulled the post in a little bit. Let me find a square spot. Yeah, so if you look at our level, this would be level. I pulled it in just a little bit because we're going to have some outward pressure when we stack the wood here. All right, so we got that corner bracket all secured. We squared up that bottom a little bit just so it looks a little bit better with that 4x4. Now we're going to pop this one off, use it as a trace, cut a second one, put it on the back, and then we'll put our supports on the back side, and then all we'll have to do is just repeat the same steps over there. All right, so now that we got that matching side, we're going to switch out these hex heads for lag bolts. But first we're going to cut a board 27 inches for the back. That'll pull the two goalposts together. So let's cut one 2x4 27 inches, because these are 24 inches apart plus 1.5 inches on each side, and that will pull each of these in. All right, so we got our 2x cut at 27. Let's go ahead and put a screw in just to start us off here. Oh boy. So make sure we're nice and square here. Okay. Hold that. Get this one started. And then now we can square everything up. Okay. Alright, so as you can see, we got this back plate here, nice and sturdy. That really held it together. As you can see, I gotta set that screw one more time, but we're screwed into the 4x here. We're also screwed in to the edge board here. And as you can see over here, we got 2 screws into this edge board, and then we have a few screws here into the 4x4. We could do a top plate if we really wanted to for strength, but this really isn't going anywhere. Again, we're gonna put lag bolt here and a lag bolt there, because this is gonna be the bulk of the outward pressure. But yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. All right, everybody, let's have a look. Not bad. This side's a little bit low. What we're gonna do is next time I'm on the tractor, I'll come down here with the forks, pick it up so it's level, and then I'll re-shim either more rocks or another pressure treated board under there. But it's got a little bit of a downhill angle to it, but I think that would work. What do you think? It's a nice looking rack. We have plenty of room to back up here with the truck, the trailer, the tractor, the four-wheeler. And like I said before, this will be either slab wood or outdoor boiler size split rounds like you see in the woodshed there. So yeah, let's go ahead and wrap up. All right, folks, so let's wrap up. I appreciate you guys watching. Let's do some math here. So a cord of wood is 4 by 4 by 8, 128 cubic feet. This rack is 25 feet by 2 feet by, we could probably stack about 7 feet tall. So that's 350. So what's 350 divided by 128? 2.73. So roughly 3-cord wood rack. So that's not bad. Again, we're going to use this for slab wood. We're going to use this for outdoor boiler wood. It's nice because I can back right up with the truck or the trailer, whatever it may be. So yeah, anyways, appreciate you guys watching. Again, like I said in the beginning, there's probably different ways to do this. There's probably better brackets and whatever. But listen, this is what I had on hand. I make do with what I got around here. I don't have hundreds and hundreds of dollars to spend on lumber and brackets and all this other fun jazz. So we basically build a firewood rack with what we had, which is pretty solid. So can't complain with that. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Yes, now we have to fill the rack, which will be the fun part. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think. And like I always say, we will see you out in the woods.